Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk gaming nostalgia, the good, the bad, and the, well, baffling. Today we're talking about Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Now, at first glance, this release sounds like a dream come true, right? A beloved classic, now in full HD, running at 60 FPS. But here's the kicker. Beneath all that polish lies a flaw that completely changes how the game plays in co-op mode. Apparently, I was destined to make this video. In the vast corners of the internet, there is a glaring issue with Donkey Kong Country Returns HD and its predecessors that hasn't been widely discussed. Sure, Game Explain might focus on barrel shot gas effects, and while that is interesting, I'm here to highlight a much bigger gameplay issue. My hope is that this video starts a conversation. However small, that might lead to this game being patched properly. But first, a little background. I've been a Donkey Kong fan for as long as I can remember, alongside my sister. Our love for the series started back in the Super Nintendo days. My sister and I grew up glued to our Super Nintendo, mastering every jump, roll, and barrel blast the series threw at us. So when Donkey Kong Country Returns launched on the Wii, it felt like a dream come true. But there was just one problem. Waggle controls. They felt gimmicky, and in a game as challenging as this one, imprecise controls made things unnecessarily frustrating. So you can imagine my excitement when the game was ported to the 3DS. Finally, I could play it with reliable button controls. However, there were two big issues. First, the game ran at half the frame rate. Second, and more importantly, there was a gameplay change that broke the co-op experience. In the original Wii version, Returns had a brilliant co-op mechanic. When one player landed on an enemy, the other had about 25 frames to land on that same enemy while it was stunned. This fixed a common problem in multiplayer platformers like Mario, where one player defeating an enemy could unintentionally ruin the other's momentum. But when Returns was ported to the 3DS, this genius feature was inexplicably removed. Suddenly, co-op became a chore, requiring players to be extra careful about sharing resources and coordinating movements. At the time, I chalked it up to technical limitations. The 3DS version already ran at half the frame rate and lacked many visual effects, so sacrifices were expected. Fast forward to the HD remaster. Donkey Kong Country Returns in 1080p with button controls, extra stages, and a smooth 60 FPS sounded like a dream come true. Sure, the $60 price tag felt steep, but this is one of my favorite games of all time. So, I cleared my schedule, called up my sister, and got ready to relive one of our favorite adventures. But just a minute into co-op, we realized something was wrong. It is the 3Ds version all over again. All the excitement I had for the HD remaster was replaced by a sinking feeling. Let me illustrate how this impacts the experience. Take Platform Panic, one of the more challenging unlockable levels. The stage requires precision and teamwork as you bounce off enemies to clear long gaps. In the Wii version, co-op was thrilling, like synchronized swimming. Tense, but incredibly fun. Now, compare that to the HD version. The lack of shared enemy stun mechanics makes the stage frustrating and disjointed. Instead of teamwork, it feels like you are constantly tripping over each other. I don't understand how this happened. On the 3DS, I assumed it was due to technical limitations like draw distance or frame rate, but on the Switch, those issues shouldn't exist. Was this game a port of the 3DS version rather than the original Wii version? Is this a bug, or did the developers not think this feature was important? Whatever the reason, it's a massive downgrade for the co-op experience. Donkey Kong Country Returns is already a tough game, with plenty of jumps, secrets, and challenges that rely on precision. Removing this mechanic only adds unnecessary frustration. I didn't expect a groundbreaking overhaul from this remaster, but I did hope for a faithful recreation of the Wii experience, minus the waggle control. Despite some frame rate dips and reduced visual flair, I was ready to jump back in. Now I am left hoping for a patch to fix this oversight. So what's the solution? Ideally, Nintendo, or Forever Entertainment, who handled the remaster, should patch the game to restore the original co-op mechanics. It might seem like a small change, but for fans of the original, it would make all the difference. The Switch version has so much potential to be the definitive way to play this game. It just needs that final tweak. Despite its flaws, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is still a fantastic game. If you're playing solo, you'll probably love it. But if you're planning to play co-op, be prepared for some frustration. What do you think? Have you noticed this issue? And do you think Nintendo will ever fix it? Let me know in the comments. And hey, while you're here, hit that like button and subscribe for more gaming deep dives. Until next time, keep jumping, keep rolling, and keep smashing those barrels. See you next time!